Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft New Nintendo 3DS Edition Let's Play video. And this is part 141 of my Let's Play series. And this video is going to be a very special video, and that is because today on my channel, I just reached 4,000 subscribers. And wow, I did not expect myself to gain 4,000 subscribers on my channel as fast as 3,000. And to celebrate, as I've said many times before in my past videos, I am going to be showing you guys the 4K room that celebrates this milestone. So as you can see down here, we have the 3K room, which was obviously for my 3,000 subscriber special. And in here, in this long tunnel, is where the 4K room is located. So as you can see, I have various item frames in the hallway down to it that basically just kind of represent some of the different builds and achievements that I've done in my world. So obviously, the birch and stone brick represent the path and the basic building blocks I've been using. The blue wool just represents the 120 monument, the beach, and of course like the various other things using blue wool. The red concrete represents the 140 monument as well as the 4K monument, as I'll show you guys in a second. The bricks obviously represent the barn, the lava just represents the nether room, and just so on and so forth. Every item frame has a meaning, and that's why each item is filled out like that. So basically, I was just working on this area off camera, and as you can see, it's basically just a long hallway that leads back to the 4K sign. So it's pretty similar to the 3K room, except for the fact that the 4K is red instead of blue, because I figured blue and red are my channel colors. And instead of just having a basic fountain in the middle, like in the 3K room, I decided to put a water feature on each side, like with the water streaming down from the ceiling to the floor. So this is basically what the 4K room is going to be like. And it is not fully completed yet, but this is basically the rough layout of what it's going to be like. There's a couple extra little additions I'm going to make in the 4K room off camera that I'll show you guys in the next video. But just to celebrate the 4,000 subscriber special, here is the 4K room to celebrate that. And it is definitely more grand than the 3K room, that is for sure. And I think it definitely does a better job at representing that milestone. So that is the 4K room, and I just want to thank everyone out there. Everyone who has subscribed to me and everyone who has watched my videos for helping me reach 4,000 subscribers. And it's kind of coincidental because my channel's 4-year anniversary was just a couple weeks ago. Actually, almost a month ago. So yeah, I think that is a kind of interesting coincidence how I hit four years on YouTube and 4,000 subscribers around the same time. And yeah, I just want to just again give you guys just a huge thank you for helping me reach this achievement, because ever since I started making videos way back in 2017, I never thought that I would ever reach 4,000 subscribers just making Minecraft 3DS content or just any kind of Minecraft videos. But here we are today, and we are now in episode 141 of my Minecraft 3DS series, so it is just honestly just hard to believe at that point. But in this video today, the 4K room isn't the only thing I'm going to be revealing today, because over here past all this deconstructed forest that I was mining out, I don't really know how you would say it, just digging out trees, mining out trees, cutting down trees, yeah, that's a better way to say it. But anyway, over here is where that special new build I talked about in the last video is going to be. Because the last video I talked about that I was going to reveal a new build in this video, and that is what I'm going to be doing right now. So as you can see, there is a massive flat plane that I've been working on off camera. And you might be wondering what kind of build could go on a plane this huge. Well, I am actually going to be making a brand new house. Not just any old house. I think I'm going to be making a mansion. And that does seem pretty ambitious, but I do have a lot of plans for this house, including creating specific rooms for each thing, such as like creating a smelting room for furnace and a crafting room for, of course, crafting. And I also want to make a potion room, an enchantment room, which I never did in my old house because, well, first of all, there's just no space, and adding an addition to the old house would just look weird in my opinion. And just having the extra space in a larger mansion house like this would just allow me to do extra things in my house as well. Add more rooms, add more decorations, add more detail, and I just think it would just look better overall. Now, I'm still going to use my old house for some builds in the future, so I'm not going to completely abandon that area over there, because the mansion is going to go here. However, there is going to be a kind of like a train minecart network beneath the house that will lead to the various builds in my world. So this will become my primary house, although I will still be using all my previous builds that I built, because they're obviously not going to go to waste. But this is going to be the new area. And obviously the area by my house is not going to be completely abandoned in terms of new builds either, because I'm still going to be working on the Milestone Museum over there, as well as adding new builds in the future over there. So something completely abandoned. And I also do have plans to add builds in between my old area and my new area. So basically in this area, kind of right here, and in between, my old house, my new house. So that is the plans that I have for that. And in this video, I figured, why don't I start out by making the front door of the house? Because why not? Why don't we kick things off with this new build by doing this? Now, this build is going to be very ambitious, obviously, like I said. So it is going to take a lot of time, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time off camera, especially working on this house. But I do kind of have a general shape of how I want to do this. So this over here is almost like a little like circle outing to where the main area of the flat part is. Because this flat part over here is mostly just a rectangle. Because if I go all the way to the end, you can kind of see where I kind of stopped. And then same goes if I go all the way up here, you'll kind of see where I stopped right up there, where the snow biome is located. And this is basically, I'm not going to be using all this space for my house, but I will be using a pretty large majority of this space for it. So this area right here is actually going to be a garden area in front of my house, because the front door is actually going to be in the middle of the house like you would typically see in a mansion. But it's going to be but the whole house is going to be symmetrical. There's not going to be any weird angles or anything like that. I mean, there will be angles, but there won't be anything like uneven or not the same as the other side is what I should be saying in terms of that. But let's go ahead and get started. So firstly, I should probably just craft all of this wood. I'm going to craft all of this one stack that's currently highlighted because I'm going to need a ton of it. As far as materials are concerned, I'm obviously using oak wood for the main portion of the house, but there will be much more detail involved this time around. I wanted to use spruce originally, but I felt like it wouldn't really fit in the theme of this area. Even though the snow biome's like pretty close by, I still feel like I want to use oak. And obviously I don't have access to acacia, dark oak, jungle, because I haven't found those biomes yet. So let's go ahead and get started. It's already nighttime too, so this is definitely dangerous. So there's going to be a big path right here next to the garden area, but I feel like I want to put the front door right here so I have enough space. And I'm probably going to put it out, probably about right here, I would say. And then I'm going to grab out some stairs. Basically these oak stairs, or not the oak stairs, the stone brick stairs, which I'm going to use as the primary stairs in this build. So the actual design of the house is going to look pretty similar to my old one. It's not going to be too vastly different. I feel like that's kind of a good thing, because I kind of want to stay cohesive with my designs. So I really don't want to like go way too like extreme with my builds and just make something completely different from the rest. I will do that on occasion in the future, but in this case, I kind of want to stick to a more traditional design. So as far as this is concerned, I feel like I want to put stone bricks here, but I kind of want to mix it up just a little bit. I could make it birch and stone actually as well. That is actually not a bad idea at all, because I could grab some birch planks here and actually fill this in, because the birch and stone brick path is going to continue to this point, and making it just like this is actually not a bad idea. Alright, so as you can see, I made the pattern here, and this is me the stairs up to the house. So this is going to look visually interesting. And what? Oh, there's an Enderman over here. Okay, well, let's try to grab it. Oh, I'm next to water too, so this will be good. Alright, let's see if I can hit it. Oh, no, I fell in it. That's great. There's an exit right there. Okay, let's get in the water. Ooh, it is kind of hard to see because it's night. Kind of hard to see the Enderman because it's obviously blending in with the darkness of night. Where'd it go? It's coming over. I can see it. Oh, it actually dropped an ender pearl. Okay, that's actually really good. Good. Finally got another ender pearl. And I'm actually think I'm up to 4 ender pearls in total now, which is good because I think I also got an enderman off camera at some point. Wow, and I even got a potato from that zombie. Dang, my luck with mob drops is good in this video today. But yeah, anyway, so I actually did get some ender pearls off camera. I got one from an enderman that I found in my basement. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with this design. Now I want to make the stairs floating, but I'm also going to place this block here because the next piece of stair is going to go like this. So, and beneath this, you're really not going to see anything, so I might just put dirt here so I'm not like using up my materials so quickly, because obviously my stone brick supply is kind of low. So we'll go ahead and put all this together, and I put 2 stone brick next to each other. Alright, so let's get this all together here. Place both the birch stairs and the stone ones. Okay, and there we go. So that area is complete. Now I don't want to make it too tall, because I don't want to have to worry about like filling things in a lot on the bottom, but I won't really need to all that much, just because the underside there is going to be a basement to this house, just like my old house. But there is obviously going to be that train station I have to worry about too. I'm just going to call it the train station for now, even though it's technically minecarts, where I use those minecarts to go to my old builds that I may need to use in the future. Like my barn especially. I'm not remaking the barn, but I'm going to keep using the current barn that I have for my food sources if I ever need it. And then obviously I can't really move the mouse. I mean, I could move the Milestone Museum, but I don't really want to move it because I feel like the place it is in right now is already pretty good. So we're doing pretty well on stairs right now, so we should be fine on those materials. So let's just place some stairs down. I could do a design like this, but on the outside, you're not really going to see it all that much. So that's why for now, I'm going to leave it like this until I start making the actual building of the house. But what I could do as a placeholder is, instead of putting a whole row underneath, because you're not really going to see that, I could just put the end piece out instead. Because technically speaking, I think this would look much better than just having dirt sticking out or just a standard block. So there we go. And I think I'm also going to replace that with a stone one as well, just because I really like how it looks with the stone on the top and bottom rather than the birch. And of course we'll do the same thing on the other side, but this side's actually going to be birch, so that works out. And this is the tallest I'm going to make the stairs. So the stairs are going to be this tall, which still gives me plenty of room to work with at the... Whoa! Okay, a creeper just came out of nowhere. I never saw that creeper. Okay, well, we just ran into a creeper problem then. Barely done any damage in the ground. It actually really didn't do that much damage. That's kind of a good thing. So let's go ahead and just fix up the damage. God, thank God it didn't do that much damage, because that would have been very bad, of course, if that were to just destroy my entire stair work I just did. Alright, so let's continue. Now, the actual base, like, I'm going to make a porch in front of the front door. And the blocks for that are going to be the same. The alternating stone and birch. Now, I'm going to have to place down the stone as much as I can, because obviously I have a limited supply. And then I'll just place the birch just kind of floating out as kind of a placeholder. But the actual porch, because when you come up here, there's going to be railings here on this side. So there'll be blocks that go off of these stairs, and there'll be railings, obviously. So it's only going to be 3 blocks wide for the actual porch in front of the door. But the front door is going to sit in the middle of this. And as you can see, I do have enough room for a double door in the middle, because this is 6 blocks wide. And this is where the front door is going to be. And let me just grab my crafting table. As far as the doors are concerned, I'm going to use iron doors in the future, just so the zombies just don't break it down. In fact, I do have some iron on me, so let's go ahead and do that. And then the actual flooring of the entrance of the house is going to be oak logs, but slanted. So here's the middle, and I'm going to put a placeholder one here just so I can place it down. And then if I come up here, I can place down the front door. So there we go. We have a floating front door to absolutely nothing. And what would you look at that? A zombie came over here just to check it out. So this area is obviously going to be the entrance to the house. And it's going to be a small room, basically just like the entrance of the house. Entrance of really any house. It's going to be a small room. But after that is where I'm going to probably continue straight. So basically continue all the way down from here. Continue with the oak log pattern all the way down until I reach probably about this point. Which at this point, another wall will come up using oak, so I could probably mark this. And then this is where the foyer will start. So there'll be a foyer in this house that'll lead to the second floor. And it'll basically be a huge grand room that'll lead to all the rooms on the first floor and of course the stairs to the second floor. And I think that'll actually be a very nice addition, especially since this is a mansion after all, and mansions usually have foyers. Not all do, but most of them do, and it basically just adds like that grandness feeling because it's a huge room and you get to see all the way up to the second floor. So yeah, that is basically the very, well, I would say very weird beginnings to my mansion. But obviously I don't have time today to finish this mansion in this video because that would take several hours, and that would be probably close to a 5 to 6 hour long video just to finish the first floor with all the furnishings. So yeah, this will definitely take a long time, but I think in the end it'll definitely be worth it. So I think we're gonna go ahead and end the video right next to my front door. And yeah, this definitely does signal a new beginning to my world because finally I am moving out my old house and building a brand new grand mansion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.